This is Brian Finale, and you're listening to the My Lead System Pro podcast, the podcast for entrepreneurs who want to grow, get better, and rewire your mind for success so you can build the business of your dreams. And now, it's time to dig deep with an MLSP industry top earner. Let's rock.
Welcome to another episode of the My Lead System Pro Wake Up Call podcast. We have another amazing leader with us today. She's free, y'all. She is free, 100% free. Couple kids at home, a wife, a mother, free. Figured this whole thing out, right? Got started a few years ago, didn't know a lick, didn't know anything about anything, just like most of us when we first get started, right? And Lindsay she saw an opportunity. She said, I'm going here, and she did the work. There's nothing pretty about it. She rolled up her sleeves, fell down, got up. Fell down, got up, kept doing lives, got up, kept engaging, got up, kept building, kept posting, kept publishing, and now she's 100% free. Being able to, if you follow Lindsay, you know her. She's always posting about her family, having fun. Like literally, she's got that life that we're all promised. It wasn't given to her, and certainly wasn't overnight, but she earned it. And now she's got the skills to be able to write her own paycheck. And how freeing is that? How liberating is that? We say this all the time, y'all. Six-figure business, completely free. Think about that. A gal saw an opportunity, said, I'm going here, and now will never have to worry about, money. I'm not saying her money problems are solved forever right now, but she's got the skill, to let that sink in. With a laptop, a phone, she can travel with the kids. She can take off in the middle of the day, be with her family. I know that was number one when she first got started. Now she's been able to, create a life, create a business that allows her to do all of that. I mean, where else, y'all? You show me. I've looked. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's possible. Please help us welcome an L4 leader, I believe, here inside of MLSP, a certified coach here, top affiliate, and a woman who is just, who's done it, y'all. She's gotten the results, and it's freaking awesome, and she helps support a level 1 workshop, trains. Obviously, we want to, you'll be seeing her, I hope, more and more in the community because she is, like I said, super talented, and she's 100% free. Lindsay, Sewell, good morning. Welcome to the Wake Up Call.
Good morning, Brian, and everybody on the call today. Just one on L3 and so close to L4, but it is happening. It is happening. And wow, what a introduction. I'm blushing over here. And I'm so thrilled to be here with you guys today to give you a little morning motivation as we head into the Memorial Day weekend here in the U.S. And that was actually my inspiration for this call because it came out of what I was doing 2 years ago on Memorial Day weekend. And it was something that took a lot of courage. But I didn't just title this call Courage. I titled this call Confidence versus Courage. And I can't wait to share some concepts around this with you today and some insights about confidence versus courage. And like Brian said, I am so grateful to this community because of what it's given me, that freedom to choose to be home with my kids and now allowing me to come back and impact you with this call, motivate you, impact the members of this community as a certified coach. I wasn't driven by money or fame or awards. And if you are, awesome, because you can find all of that here inside MLSP. Every top leader has come through these doors. But I was driven by wanting the freedom to be with my babies. And Brian mentioned it. I can take off in the middle of the day. I can go pick up my kids at school. I can go take them to gymnastics and not have to report into a boss. And I can't wait to share this topic with you today because I learned this early on right here in this community. It was an aha moment, an insight that I'd never had, one small thing that completely changed my business and my life forever. And my promise to you today is that after this call, you're not just going to have one, but I'm going to give you 5 insights that you will immediately be able to take with you to allow you to take more action in your business, right? Brian said, hey, look, we get to Friday and we go, oh my gosh, I didn't do this, I didn't get this done. Well, we're going to eliminate all of that today, and I'm going to give you these insights that will help you to immediately be able to take more action. Because if I can do this, I know you can too. Here's something people often don't know about me because they see me now and they see me on these calls and these Facebook Lives that I was painfully shy as a child. In fact, my mom had to make friends for me. She would go around to the other adults in the neighborhood and she would see if they had little kids my age, and she'd say, oh, I've got a daughter that age. Can they play together? Because I was so shy, I couldn't make friends. And I'm still an introvert. I love to show up and teach and train on these calls, but you get me to an event and I'm the one in the back corner hanging out by myself because I'm introverted still. I'm not going to go up to people. So back when I was younger, I didn't have confidence. But here's what I know. Anyone, everyone, you have courage. And I know this because every single time I can ask a friend, I can ask a colleague, I can ask a client, what's one thing you have done in your life that took courage? And the answer comes like that. They don't have to think about it. They know. Because every single one of you has done something in your life that took courage. Maybe even when you didn't feel confident. And I recently read a quote by Michael Hyatt, and it goes like this. Confidence and courage look the same on the outside. Let me repeat that for you. Confidence and courage look the same on the outside. And the first time I heard that, I had to think about it for a minute. What does that really, really mean? So, to illustrate for you today, I want to share with you the story about where I was 2 years ago on Memorial Day weekend. So, a few years back, there was a reality show for marketers. No, this wasn't The Apprentice. It was geared toward network marketers. And I saw it being advertised. They were taking applications. And I immediately felt those butterflies in my stomach. And you probably are nodding your head with me right now. You know those butterflies that you get when you go, oh my God, I want to do something. Maybe that is, I want to hire my first coach. Maybe that's, I want to leave my job and really go all in on my business. I want to start a new business, whatever it is. You want to do something, but deep down, those butterflies come up and you're actually pretty scared, maybe even terrified, like I was, to actually do it. So I thought about it for a few days, and the feeling wouldn't go away. So on a whim, I went, okay, I'm going to record a little video. I'm going to apply to do this. And I sent it off. And I didn't think about it again. I thought, it's a long shot. There's probably thousands of people applying. You know, I'm fairly new to this industry. They're not going to choose me. And then 2 weeks later, an email pops up in my inbox, and it says, you've been chosen. Have you ever had the universe answer you when you say you want something and you go, oh my word, I'm really going here now. I am really going here. I said I wanted this, and here I go. I got no choice now. There's no turning back. And all those butterflies returned. And in that moment, I had two choices. I could let the fears and doubts and the nerves stand in my way, or I could choose a moment of courage. And so I replied, I'm in. I'm in. I took courage. And that next tiny step, that moment of courage, led to a huge leap. So I'm not superhuman. I didn't just wake up one day and go, oh my gosh, I have all the confidence in the world. No, I got to the show and all the imposter syndrome came up. Like, who was I to compete with all these people. These people had more experience. They had much larger businesses and teams. Like, who was I to be there? But then another voice came up. Because by the time I had arrived there, I had been plugging into MLSP for about a year. I had been doing the daily vision meditation. I had been working on myself. I had been working harder on my mind than anything else. And so this other voice came up and said, who was I not to be? Who are you not to be out there serving and impacting and inspiring people? And in that moment I said, all right, I'm going to do what I decided I was here to do. I'm going to win the game. And that was the only thing I focused on. How do I win the game? So I want to keep this story short because I really want to share the insights with you. I didn't win the game. I landed in the final three. I came so very close to the grand prize. But I left and I had gained so much more. Because here's what happened afterwards. People kept saying to me, you looked so confident and sure of yourself. How in the world did you do that? I could never do that. I would have been so afraid. All the things that they didn't realize had been going through my head when I was there. Because I chuckled to myself thinking about it, knowing the truth. I never knew from one moment to the next what I was going to say or do. I was dancing as fast as I could dance. Every single thing was uncertain. Everything was designed to keep the contestants on edge. And everything was built to push us to our limits. It kind of sounds like entrepreneurship, doesn't it? I mean, it's uncertain when you do that first Facebook Live. It's uncertain when you decide that you're going to step into a coaching package. It's uncertain for most of you when you first get into MLSP. There's so much back here in our training library that if you try to do it all at once, it's like drinking from a fire hose. Entrepreneurship is going to keep you on edge. It's going to push you to your limits. And you might not have the confidence at first. I didn't show up to that show with all that confidence. But I brought a lot of courage. And that was what people saw. And you know what? It looked the same on the outside. And then when I left, the confidence was there. It didn't come because I wanted to have it, right? We always say, oh, when I have the $10,000 a month business, when I'm free, when I'm making 6 figures a year, then I'll do the thing. No, it didn't come because I wanted to have it. It came from doing the thing that scared me. And this story today is about me. And this story is also about you. Because if you've ever decided to choose courage over fear, if you have ever stepped into the unknown versus staying comfortable, if you have ever put yourself out there to be judged so that you can share your message, then this is your story too. Everyone wants to have the confidence first, but it just doesn't work that way. You must be the person first and do the things that scare you to have the life that you want. It's scary the first time you generate a lead. Oh my gosh, now you have to talk to them. It's scary maybe the first time you do a Facebook Live. It's scary the first time somebody gets your lead magnet and books a call with you and you have to pick up that 800-pound phone and talk to them. Oh my gosh, I thought I was going to throw up the first probably 37 calls that I had to do. In fact, I told Brian this morning, I thought, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to throw up again. This means I'm going in the right direction. And the good news is it's just going to take a bit of courage to get started. You don't have to have all the confidence on the inside because they both look the same on the outside. I have clients tell me all the time they need clarity. I have them tell me they need more confidence. They need authority first. I have them tell me that they need a DMO and they need more time management. And they tell me they need to be ready first. And it's all a lie. That might sting a little. I didn't say I was going to go easy on you on this Friday before the Memorial Day weekend. But here are the 5 insights that I gathered from my coach around these concepts of confidence versus courage. And if you listen, write these down. These are going to immediately help you to take more action in your business. Are you ready? Number 1, you need a compass to point you in the right direction, not clarity. Okay? We all want clarity when we first get started, but we might not have it yet. I have changed my business so many times. I'm like, oh, I want to do this, and then I'm like, no, I don't like how that's going. I'm going to do this instead. Here inside MLSP, you have a compass. It's the Start Here button. You just start there and take one step at a time. And if you're a guest, get back with the person who invited you here today. You can take a 30-day trial for $1. You can get that compass. And you know what? If you still feel afterwards you want more direction and more clarity, we've got level 1 workshops. There's one coming up. You can go there and spend 3 days with the leaders here, with the coaches, and you will have the compass and the clarity in your business. You need a tiny act of courage. Number 2, not a ton of confidence. I already told you. I've shown you that I didn't have it when I first got started. I didn't have it for most of my life. But the courage that I went with here gave me that confidence. Number 3, you need to be more creative, not more productive. When someone says, oh my gosh, I can't do this because I don't have a DMO or a time management system, I go, that is a lie. Get creative. Entrepreneurs are creative. There are days when I am running around with my kids from the time I get up in the morning until the time I cook them dinner. I have to get really creative on those days. I have to pre-schedule stuff. I have to do little 15-second Facebook Lives in my car. I have to drop them at gymnastics and then hurriedly respond to my prospects on my phone. I get creative. I don't say I have to be more productive on those days. And number 4, you need to serve, and the selling will take care of itself. Here in this community, we talk about build, engage, sell. But in order to be able to sell, you've got to have a community, an audience of the right types of people that need what you have. And you have to engage them, and you have to serve them first. And when you focus on that, the selling takes care of itself. And number 5, you need to do what needs to be done before you're ready. You don't need to be ready. You just need to have the courage to show up for the person who needs your help. Because your courage is what they're looking for. Because on the outside, it still looks like confidence. So you guys, hopefully you can join me over at MLSPfanpage.com. We'll see if I can go live over there. I want to connect with you, and I want to kind of dive into these insights a little bit deeper over at MLSPfanpage.com. And when you hop on, I challenge you to be brave today, to show me some courage, and share with me in the chat one time in your life when you showed up with courage before you had the confidence. MLSPfanpage.com. I hope to see you over there in a few minutes.
You have been listening to the My Lead System Pro podcast with Brian Finale and the MLSP leaders.